All right, Leo, let's take a look at your Taurus New Moon Tarot. This is really exciting because the new moon is happening in your 10th house, your house of career. Okay. And then we're also going to look at all of the other areas in your life as well. All right, let me make sure we have 12 cards, each card representing a house in the astrology chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Great. So each card represents a house in your astrology chart, and each house represents an area in your life. Like I said, 10th house is going to be the place in your chart where the new moon is happening. So we're going to pay extra attention to that card. All right, so the bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. You're going to use your passion and your creativity and your feminine wiles. Everyone has feminine wiles to get what you want. And you're not going to go after it, you're going to receive it because you're sitting on your throne. You know, you put your passion out and then you sit back and you wait to receive the goodness from it. All right, let's see how that ties in to the rest of the cards. We have our center card, and this represents you, Two of Swords. There may have been a conflicting decision that you needed to make, and you made it. You finally just decided, and you decided to go forth. Or maybe you are still sitting on this decision, and you can intellectually see both sides, but deep down you need to follow your heart, your lion heart, and decide what's going to be best for you. All right, so first house. Your first house is all about your personality, your waking life, your personal style, and we have the Three of Pentacles. It's a good idea to really work with a team of people that you trust, to pool your resources together to create even more resources. And you'll, of course, bring your natural flair to this. All right, more pentacles. So we have the second house, the house of money, value, and self-worth. This house is naturally ruled by Taurus, so it's also going to be very affected during this new moon. You have the Four of Pentacles. There may be something in your value system that you feel stunted about, you're being a little stubborn about and not moving on. Or maybe, you feel like around you, everyone's being kind of prudish, kind of stunted, and you just want to go for it. And the Four of Pentacles is saying, yes, go for it. You have the resources. This thing you want to go for will bring you money. It'll actually, even better than money, it'll bring you financial stability. So either the honor that the financial stability has already come and that you're in a great place, or if you want to be in a better place, really go towards that thing that really speaks to you, that really grounds you. And even if it seemed a little, it's not what everyone else is doing, you're going to reap the benefits of that thing. All right, so we have our third house, house of communication and information gathering, and it is the Sun reversed. And Leo, your planet, and in astrology we call the Sun a planet, even though it's a star, just for the ease of calling all the astrological bodies that are not asteroids planets. We have the Sun reversed in your third house. So where in your communication style are you not shining? Are you not shining to your full potential? I'll let you figure that out, but this is really major. You're dim somewhere, and this is unacceptable. All right, so then we have our 4th house. Our 4th house represents family, what grounds you, your house, your living situation. And we have the Ace of Swords. It's time to let go of conflict and just go forth with ease. Really go toward what grounds you. You don't have to be a fighter all the time. Trying to make room for others. Really make room for yourself. And it doesn't have to involve a battle. Be vulnerable. All right, so now we have the 9 of Swords, and this is for the 5th house. The 5th house is all about fun, creativity, performance, children. The 5th house is the house that your sign likes to live in, Leo. So do these things sound familiar? And we have the 9 of Swords. So there is an ending around a type of communication with someone, around, a type of intellectual thought. You're leaving a certain school of thought, and we're going to kind of wait and see where you take off from this. All right, next we have the 6th house. The 6th house represents everyday activities, daily ritual, your health. You have to take care of yourself every day, and your pets. You have to take care of your pets every day, or they die, or they run away to other people who will take care of them. All right, and we have the 2 of Cups. Again, making decisions. You need to make a decision based on emotion. You're listening to your emotions. This is your heart over your head. And this is a decision that you're kind of thinking about. This might be a decision around love. It might be a decision around what is truly healing and nourishing. This might be a health-related decision. So you need to decide what's best for you. Not what's best for everyone else, not what's best for your current job, not what's best for your family or your partner, what's best for you. And what's best for you is best for everyone. And this is something you naturally know, Leo. Sometimes people think that you're a little selfish, but really you understand that if you're good, everyone in your life is good, and that's very important to you. All right. So we have the 7th house. The 7th house, everyone loves the 7th house. It's all about love, marriage, relationships, and people that you're just in partnership with. And we have the Knave of Cups. So again, really leading with your heart, and just having a fun time. Especially with this Taurus new moon, for this new moon cycle, just really have fun. Don't overthink it. Just kind of wear your heart on your sleeve. Don't do anything stupid, but you're smart, Leo. You won't. I think sometimes the signs that know how to have a good time, you get this like social intelligence, so you don't get your heart broken as easily. So have fun. All right. And we move to the 8th house. The 8th house is about hidden matters, things that are hidden from plain sight, sex, death, other people's money. And right here we have the 7 of Wands. And so you're learning something about your creativity. Maybe there have been some secrets you've been keeping from the world, a creative endeavor that you haven't wanted to show people, that you've kept behind doors. And now's the time to bring it out and really learn from it and really show it to others. And you'll probably make money from this. So yes, go with the flow, but come with your passion. Come with that creative endeavor. It's really important that you get that out to the world. We need more creative endeavors. And you'll be healthier as well. You won't feel so stuck. All right, we have our 9th house. The 9th house is, the 9th house represents foreign travel, ideas, philosophy, religion, publishing. And we have the King of Swords. So it's really important that you sit on your throne. Again, we were talking about the Queen of Wands, putting out your passion and then receiving what comes back after putting that passion out. King of Swords, you're going to, while you're putting out the passion and receiving, with the King of Swords, you are putting out words, you're communicating, you're being very assertive in your communication. And you don't really care what comes back. You say it, you leave, you go back to your throne, and you feel good because you got it off your chest. You know, it might be butting heads with someone who doesn't agree with you. You speak your piece, and you go home. You're done. All right, we have the 9 of Cups, reversed. This is for the 10th house. This is where the new moon is taking place in your chart. This is a huge new moon. Taurus new moons in general are great for manifesting things, with being an earthy sign, so bringing things into reality, really grounding things in reality. We also have the planet of Uranus, the Lord of chaos and liberation and rebellion, traveling into the sign of Taurus for the next 7 years on the same day as the new moon. So in astrology, we love our new moons. We can count on them always happening. The consistency of them is so beautiful. And that's a really big deal in astrology. And then another huge deal is when a planet changes signs, and especially when a planet that's so, far out in the solar system. So, Uranus hasn't been in Taurus for 84 years. So that this is like an 84-year occurrence. It's like a holiday. We love it. We love it. All right, so we have the 9 of Cups reversed. So you're holding off on an emotional ending. And it's really important that you let this thing go. It's going to be very hard to let go of. It's been something you've been very attached to in your career. But this is like basically showing that it's time for a new career, like a complete change. And of course, you've really enjoyed what you've been doing. That's why you did it, right? You did it because it served you. You had to learn a lesson. You probably contributed to that career path and made people's lives better. But it's really time to move on to something more artistic, more creative, more emotionally satisfying for you especially. And your job is to flip this into right side up and just let all the baggage fall away. See how stunted this feels, this energy? You're taking all of this emotion in. You're listening to other people's baggage. Let go of that. And go in the direction that's easy for you. That path of least resistance, that's where you need to go. Which is so funny because sometimes that path of least resistance is the hardest one to go on, right? But that's the direction you need to go on in your career. Definitely do a ritual around it with this Taurus new moon on Tuesday. All right, we have, and also you can always do your new moon ritual, I would say, like 2 or 3 days after the new moon as well is a great time to do it. All right, so we have our 11th house. The 11th house represents groups, your groups of friends, the clubs that you're in, the organizations that you belong to, and your hopes and desires as well. And we have the 4 of Cups reversed. Again, is there something stunted emotionally that you are not doing? Also, this is nice because it's you seeing all of your options. You may have been stunted, and all of a sudden it's like bright and shiny, and there are rainbows, and you're seeing all of your options for the first time, and you're like a kid in the candy store. And you're like, wow, I could do this, I could do that. And it's actually more about honing in on, you have all these options, but you can only do so much at one time. So you have to decide what your priorities are and where you're going to go forward and what you're really going to concentrate on. But you had like this renewal of hope about what is available to you. And you're seeing for the first time in a while that the sky is the limit, which is very cool. All right, and then finally, the 12th house. The 12th house is about imagination, psychic energy, things that we are afraid of. And we have temperance. I like that we're ending on a major arcana card. Leo, you are the drama queen of the zodiac. You like to do it big. You don't really know what it means to be extra because you're always extra. With this Taurus new moon, this is a really great time. I'm not going to tell you to reel it in because no one likes a Leo who's reeled in. But this is a good time to really come back into balance. Again, to really mark what your priorities are and just pick a couple of projects that you really want to work on. And you'll see that based on those 1 or 2, maybe 3 things that you pick, other areas of your life will come into this natural flow. It's so important that you use your intuition right now. I want you to be your big, beautiful self, but I also want you to not extend your energy in a way that is draining. And notice the situations where you feel drained, where you feel like your light dims. You want to get yourself out of those situations. You want to be in places where you feel grounded, where you feel stable, and where you feel the flow. So you feel stable, but not stunted. You feel a natural flow. All right. So, Leo, go forth. Be big, but be balanced.